Have you ever wondered why changing a simple habit seems as difficult as slaying a mythical beast? Welcome to the fascinating world of habits, where each behavior we adopt is akin to a head of the multi-headed Hydra from Greek mythology. In the ancient tales, the Hydra was a formidable creature, each of its many heads representing a unique challenge. If one head was cut off, two would grow in its place, a daunting prospect for any would-be hero. This is not unlike our own habits. When we attempt to change one, it often seems like others wake up demanding attention, resisting our efforts. Each habit we form, each behavior we adopt, is a head of our personal Hydra. And just like the Hydra of myth, our habits, especially the negative ones, have an uncanny knack for multiplication and resistance. Just like the Hydra, our habits, especially the bad ones, seem to multiply and resist our attempts to change. Before we brandish our swords, let's take a moment to understand our adversary. Habits. Picture this. Habits are the well-trodden paths in the forest of our minds. They're the automatic, repeated behaviors that make up about 40% of our daily actions. From brushing our teeth in the morning to scrolling through social media before bed, habits are the invisible architecture of our lives. But how do these habits come to be? Well, it all begins with a simple psychological pattern known as the habit loop. This loop consists of three key elements: a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue triggers the habit. It could be anything from a time of day to a certain emotion. It's the spark that lights the fire. The routine is the actual behavior we perform, like reaching for a cookie when we're stressed or going for a run in the morning. It's the meat of the habit, the action we automatically take when triggered by our cue. And finally, the reward. This is the positive reinforcement that tells our brain, hey, that felt good, let's do it again. It could be the sugar rush from the cookie or the endorphin release after the run. Now here's the kicker. Habits aren't inherently good or bad. They're simply efficient. Our brains form habits to save effort and make our lives easier. But just like the heads of the mythical Hydra, some habits can become obstacles on our path to self-improvement. Take, for instance, the habit of procrastination. The cue could be a daunting task. The routine is avoidance, and the reward, immediate relief from stress. But in the long run, this habit can hinder our productivity and personal growth. Just as Hercules discovered, not all heads of the Hydra were harmful. Similarly, habits, like the Hydra's heads, are not all bad. But the ones that hinder our growth need to be addressed, and that, my friends, is where our battle begins. So, how does one go about slaying this metaphorical Hydra, you might ask? Well, let's delve into some strategies for changing habits. Firstly, it's crucial to understand the habit loop. This is a three-part process that all habits, good or bad, follow. It starts with a cue, which triggers a routine and ends with a reward. For example, your phone chimes, the cue. You check your messages, the routine, and you feel satisfied, the reward. By identifying these elements in our undesirable habits, we can begin to dismantle them. Next, we need to replace bad habits with good ones. Think of it like this. Our habits are well-trodden paths in the forest of our minds. The more we tread them, the more defined they become, making it easier to follow them without thinking. So, to change a habit, we need to carve out a new path. But here's the trick. We can't just abandon the old path. We have to replace it. So if your bad habit is reaching for a sugary snack when you're bored, replace it with reaching for a piece of fruit or taking a short walk. Lastly, we have to maintain consistency. This is where many people falter. Changing habits requires a consistent effort over time, and it can be easy to slip back into old routines, especially when we're under stress. But remember, the more often we tread our new path, the more defined it becomes, and the easier it becomes to follow it without thinking. So there you have it, the three key strategies for slaying the Hydra of bad habits: understanding the habit loop, replacing bad habits with good ones, and maintaining consistency. Remember, just as Hercules didn't slay the Hydra in a day, changing habits is a process that requires time and patience. So, arm yourself with these strategies and step bravely into the battle for self-improvement. Successfully changed a habit? Great! But remember, the Hydra could regrow its heads. Just like the mythical beast, our old habits can reappear if we let our guard down. This resurgence is known as habit relapse. It's a common occurrence, and it's crucial to recognize it as part of the process, not a failure. So, how do we prevent the Hydra of habits from regrowing its heads? The first step is self-awareness. Understanding our triggers and the situations where we are likely to fall back into old patterns is key. It's about recognizing the signs, those subtle whispers before they become a roar. Next, we need to remain vigilant. Remember, the Hydra didn't regrow its heads immediately. It took time. Likewise, our habits don't return overnight. They creep back slowly, almost unnoticeably. We need to be on constant lookout, ready to act at the first sign of relapse. This vigilance is not about being on edge, but rather about being proactive. It's about taking control before the control is taken from us. Lastly, we need to create supportive environments. Our surroundings play a huge role in our habits. If we're in an environment that encourages our old habits, it's like giving the Hydra a conducive space to regrow its heads. On the contrary, if our environment supports our new habits, it's like cauterizing the Hydra's wounds, preventing the regrowth. Let's remember that everyone has their own Hydra to fight. We all have habits we want to change. But it's not just about slaying the beast once. It's about keeping it down, preventing it from coming back. It's a continuous battle, a journey, not a destination. The Hydra of habits may be formidable, but not invincible. With the right tools and mindset, you can keep it in check. Let's take up our swords of self-awareness, shields of vigilance, and the armor of supportive environments. With these, we can keep the Hydra at bay and embark on a successful journey of self-improvement. So, what happens once you've slain your Hydra? Well, the victory of self-improvement is in fact a sweet and fulfilling one. It's a triumph that promises a better you, a more fulfilled life, and a brighter future. It's not just about breaking bad habits, but it's about forming new, better ones that propel you towards the person you aspire to be. The benefits of successful habit change are plentiful and transformative. They seep into every corner of your life, illuminating it with positivity and potential. On the mental health frontier, the victory of self-improvement is a beacon of hope. It's a testament to your resilience and strength, proving that you're capable of overcoming even the most daunting challenges. It instills a sense of self-confidence and self-efficacy that can help combat feelings of anxiety and depression. Productivity, too, sees a significant boost. When you successfully conquer bad habits, you free up time and energy that can be redirected towards more productive pursuits. You become more efficient, more focused, and more capable of achieving your goals. In the realm of relationships, the victory of self-improvement is a catalyst for positive change. It allows you to become a better friend, partner, or family member. You become more reliable, more understanding, and more compassionate. You become someone who can not only take care of themselves, but also be there for others in their times of need. Overall, the quality of life skyrockets with successful habit change. It's as if you've been given a fresh set of lenses through which you view the world. The colors seem brighter, the sounds more melodious, and the moments more meaningful. Life becomes a journey of continuous growth, and every day offers opportunities for further self-improvement. Remember, the battle against the Hydra of habits is truly a journey of self-improvement, and every small victory counts towards a better you. So embrace every triumph, no matter how small, and keep moving forward on the path of self-improvement. It's a rewarding journey, one that promises a future where you're the best version of yourself.